Good morning, Sasha. Well, from my count, this is now the second time this has happened where I failed to get a video up for you. And want to start out by apologizing. There's not a great excuse for it. I got wrapped up in other things. It's kind of a strange time. As you know, I'm the only one here in the house, and it's a little creepy. And, I like peace and quiet. It's really kind of strange to be here all by myself. And I just got wrapped up in some other things last night, and I apologize. I knew I had Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos already recorded and ready and scheduled to go. And I just failed. I failed you, and I failed to follow through on this commitment. So I want to share a little bit of my quiet time today with you. For today's video. And I'm in 2 Samuel, I believe it's chapter 17. And I've mentioned, I think yesterday, where we kind of really saw the high water mark of David's kingdom was really right before David and Bathsheba. And then after that, there's this prophecy from Nathan that says, you're going to be at war. There's not going to be any more peace for your house, really for the rest of your kingship. And we're starting to see that come to fruition. And I'm not sure the exact timeline, but it deals with David's son Absalom. And Absalom starts this after killing one of other David's sons because of other things that happened. It's at least 6 years before this happens. And so, it's probably maybe 6, 10 years, maybe even longer since Nathan has prophesied that David was going to really be at war within his own kingdom. And so now you're really seeing this come to fruition. David is running for his life. You've got his own son kind of doing things in public to really kind of establish himself as king and to almost to some degree maybe shame David as well. And you see Saul's descendants are now, some of them are cursing David, some of them are calling him a man of blood. You even have Jonathan's son, so Saul's grandson, who David showed incredible kindness to. He's lame in both feet, and yet David had a place at his table. He is now turning on David. So really, you can certainly see where David would easily be kind of probably on a road to depression, where he feels like everyone just about is turning against him. Now he does have some of his army. He's got some of his close personal advisors, but at the same time, I can certainly see where this would be probably a very low point. And I'm sure that if you track it through Psalms, you'll find some of the Psalms that David wrote during this time. But, so my point to all this is simply that, God's timing is just something that it's really hard to fathom. When we say we're going to do something or we're thinking strategically, sometimes that's the end of this year, or it's at most 5 years. I mean, in this case, God is allowing things to happen, and they're building for 6, 10, who knows how many years. And so that in this case, it's a negative thing, right? It takes years for kind of this prophecy against David to happen. But in many ways, this is the same thing that happens when God is doing something good. When God is developing us, it takes time. I'm always reminded of the story of Joseph, where you see Joseph go from an extremely prideful, arrogant son who tells everyone, including his father, you guys are all going to bow down and worship me, to being in this position of being the second in command of all Egypt, where he totally gives credit to God, and he sees that God was developing him throughout this life journey. And so I just want to encourage you that God's got you on a journey. We had some great highs last week with ROTC and just the success that you've had there. And but God is continuing to develop you. He's not done with you. You're not at the finish line. So just keep leaning into him. Keep leaning into God. Establish that daily quiet time. Make sure you're spending time with God, and you're just creating that environment where he can speak and develop you, because it is a long journey. It's a lifetime. God doesn't see things in terms of while you're at college or just while you're in the army. He sees Sasha's life as a whole, and he wants to grow and develop you. And so I want to encourage you in that, and stay focused. I know you've got a busy week coming up with acro tumbling nationals, and coming out of a couple of tough tests last week. So keep it up. You're doing great. We love you. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.